In the quiet corner of Jalen, Sorry, where the morning sun painted golden streaks across cracked pavement, stood Ahmad's Mamak. It was small, just for plastic tables and a wobbly stool, but 12 years old, Daniel Lim. It was the heart of the neighborhood. The man everyone called Mr. Ahmad wasn't his father by name, but by his actions. He was the Mamak, the kind, round-faced man who flipped roti, canai, like magic, flinging the dough into the air with a snap of his wrist before it landed sizzling on the griddle. Daniel's grandmother had started this very stall 30 years ago, arriving from Kerala with nothing but a suitcase and a cherished recipe. Now, it belonged to Daniel's family, his mother, his lively younger sister, May, and him. Daniel was different from his family. He wasn't loud like May, who sang Bollywood songs while sweeping. He didn't have the natural charm of his dad, who remembered everyone's favorite tea order without even asking. Daniel was quiet. He was an observer. He listened. He noticed things others might miss. The way old Mr. Tan winced when he sat down, a sign of a bad knee. He saw how Auntie Lena always paid with exact change, a hint of a tight budget. He understood why the school janitor, Pakmat, never ordered more than half a roti. He was saving every cent for his daughter's school books. Then the letter came. It was typed, crisp and cold. The land beneath Ahmad's Mamak had been sold. In its place, a glass giant called Grand Horizon Mall would rise in 6 months. Daniel didn't scream or cry. He just folded the paper neatly and tucked it into a school bag. But that night, watching his mother stare at the ceiling, her fingers twisting the edge of her apron, a new thought stirred inside him. What if they could make people remember them? Not just as a stall, not as that place with good flatbread, but as family. The next morning, Daniel rose before the sun. While his dad prepped the dough, he found a piece of cardboard and a black marker. He measured carefully and wrote in bold, uneven letters. The kindness menu? 1 free roti canai. All you need to do is share a story. Any story? True, silly, sad, happy. Just speak from the heart. He taped it to the front of the stall. At first, no one noticed. But by noon, Mrs. Davy, a retired schoolteacher, paused as she passed. A story? She asked, peering at the sign. Daniel nodded, wiping his hands on his apron. For a free roti. Any story? She smiled. Well, once I taught a boy who hated reading, so I started reading aloud during lunch. One day, he brought his own book. He gave it to me at the end of the year. Thank you, he had written on the first page. I still have it. Daniel handed her a warm, flaky roti canai. Here, he said. That was a good story. She patted his cheek. You're a good listener, Daniel. Word spread like wildfire. The next day, a construction worker in dusty boots sat down. I'll try, he began. Once, back in my village, I climbed a mango tree so high I saw the sea. I fell right into a net of laundry and got scolded by 7 aunties. Laughter bubbled from Daniel as he handed over another roti. Then came Farah, May's classmate, who whispered, I'm scared of the dark, but I pretend my shadow is my twin sister. She keeps me company. Daniel didn't laugh this time. He just nodded. That's brave. And so it went. The kindness menu became a ritual. People came, not just for food, but to be heard. A widower shared how he still set a plate for his wife at every dinner. A teenage boy admitted he cried when he failed an exam. A little girl told how she saved her lunch money to buy her brother a birthday pencil. And through it all, Daniel listened. Really listened. One afternoon, a woman in a sleek black suit approached Ms. Lin, the project manager for Grand Horizon Mall. She'd come to assess community impact. She read the sign, a skeptical eyebrow raised. A story for a roti. Daniel simply nodded. If you want one. She hesitated, then sat down. Softly, she said, I grew up in a flat above a hawker center. My mother sold fish balls. I used to hate the smell, the noise. I dreamed of tall buildings and quiet offices. Now I have both. But sometimes I miss the sound of my mother calling my name over the sizzle of oil. Daniel didn't say a word. He just handed her a roti. She took a bite, chewed slowly, and a real smile spread across her face. This tastes like home. Weeks passed. The bulldozers never came. Then one morning, a new sign appeared. Not a notice of demolition, but a banner. Ahmad's Mamak, Heritage Partner of Grand Horizon Mall. Opening soon. Ground floor. Community. Corner. Daniel read it 3 times before running back to the stall, his heart pounding. His parents hugged. May danced in circles. His grandmother, wiping tears from her eyes, said, "The heart remembers what the world tries to forget." 6 months later, the mall opened, shiny, modern, and full of bright lights. But there, on the ground floor, nestled between a phone store and a bubble tea shop, stood a familiar stall. Same wobbly stool, same sizzling griddle, same handwritten menu, and beside it, proudly displayed, was the original kindness menu. People still came, not just for the roti, but to share a piece of their lives. And Daniel, he still didn't talk much, but now, when someone paused at the sign, unsure, he'd smile and say, "Go on, I'm listening." Because he learned that stories like roti canai are best when shared. And kindness doesn't need a grand plan. It just needs one bowl, one heart, one story at a time. For every person who has ever felt too quiet, too small, or unseen, remember this? Your voice matters. Even if it starts with just one story. Thank you for listening to this story. If it touched your heart, please give this video a like and subscribe for more content that celebrates the quiet power of kindness. See you next time.